Coming up, it's a rematch from Week 10, where Las Vegas grabbed just the fourth win in the last 17 games against KC. It's the Raiders and the Chiefs, and it's next on EA Sports.
It is perhaps the best home field advantage in all of football, and certainly the loudest as we welcome you to GEHA Field at Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City. A few short moments ago, these two teams made their way out of the Arrowhead Stadium tunnels, and the noise level in this place was just about off the charts. They're set for football as the Chiefs get set to do battle with the Las Vegas Raiders. Hello again, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at this Chiefs ball club. They've handled all comers through the first 3 months, a perfect 12-0.
Yeah, they're 3/4 of the way to a perfect season, and now's where it really starts to get into your mind. We'll see if it affects their play in any way.
On the other side of the field for the visiting Raiders, they come in playing some decent football, 5-3 in their last 8 games.
And the way they played last week defensively, you look at the tape, it looks like they had extra guys on the field, and they thoroughly shut down that offense.
Two teams trying to stake their claim to postseason football. Week 14 of the NFL is underway. This fielded right at the goal line. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. The Chiefs offense now ready to go to work for the first time, led by Patrick Mahomes, the 2018 NFL Most Valuable Player.
And if you go by the numbers, he's had a Pro Bowl-type season, and maybe that's even selling him a little bit short. He's the NFL leader in touchdown passes to this point in the year, and with the end of the season not too far away, he's got his guys playing at a very high level.
They'll run for the first time with Clyde Edwards-Helaire. And he'll hope that this is not a sign of what's in store as he has to fight just to get back to the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain on the game's first play, and it's second down now. A shotgun snap and a give to Edwards-Helaire. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL, so when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
A little glimpse of his athleticism there and what they're going to have to deal with. He can use his legs to dance around back behind the line of scrimmage and beyond the line of scrimmage.
And wouldn't you love to get a copy of their defensive scouting report going into the week? Because that's been stressed the whole time. Keep him bottled up. Keep him in the pocket. But it's the first drive of the game and emotions are running high. Someone forgot that, tried to make a big play, and gave up a bigger one instead.
The numbers for him from a week ago. 14 carries, 51 yards.
They look like a team that really emphasized the running game in the offseason. They were going to build around it. Didn't matter if they were going to run gap scheme, power scheme, whatever. They've got a runner who finds yardage if you give him just a little bit of space.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Here's Edwards-Helaire. And he'll snag about 5 yards down to the 32. Well, partner, this offense 12-0 now on the year following their latest victory. And during the week, a lot of folks making comparisons between this squad and the 1985 Bears. You know, they too were 12-0 at this juncture of the season before losing on a Monday night 38-24 to the Dolphins at the Orange Bowl way back on December 2nd of 85. But then they never lose again en route to winning Super Bowl 20.
And when you look back on it, partner, didn't it almost feel like a setup game? Because they were playing the Dolphins, and the Dolphins were protecting their franchise's undefeated season of 1972, that team. And you know what that team does. They love to celebrate the fact that they still are the only one to get through an entire NFL season that way. That was Dan Marino's 3rd year, playing under the great Don Shula, and they were motivated to keep that franchise's record intact.
And they'll get to him just inside the 15, even after that strong run we witnessed. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's 3rd down.
Not the kind of game that we'll go absolutely crazy for, but it's the kind of game that you need to have when you're running back in the NFL, and Clyde Edwards-Helaire with that look.
Touchdown! He's got it at the 2. Travis Kelce with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Chiefs take it right down and score on the opening drive. One of the keys to their long winning streak has been scoring first. An ideal drive right there, getting the first 6 points of the ball game.
Do you go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator on what he told us?
Absolutely.
With some teams, I script to probe in the early part of the game. Other teams, I script to attack. They've been in attack mode for these ball games and continue that in this one.
Harrison Butker is on for the extra point. And his kick is good to make it 7-0 KC. A 10-play drive that time. And it's capped off with a Kansas City touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. Now to return it, here's Kenyon Drake. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. The Raiders getting ready to go to work for the first time, and they're led by their quarterback in his 8th season now in silver and black, Derek Carr.
And the rumors were pretty strong. The teams asked about him in the offseason. But for once, got a pretty firm not available from the Raiders. Now in his 8th season as a Raider, still yet to appear in a playoff game. But last year, really solid numbers again. A 3rd straight 4,000-yard campaign, 27 touchdowns, just 9 interceptions, and the highest analytical rating of his career. Derek Carr is one of the top quarterbacks in the NFL.
Meanwhile, Carr's throw complete here to Waller. And they're able to get this one across the 35. And Charles, with that completion, I'm told that puts him now over 3,000 yards passing on the campaign.
And Brandon, I think we have to start to think about where we are in the season, because right now, 4,000 is not out of the question. I think a big game or two, he's certainly capable of getting that done.
The Carr's throw there complete to Ruggs. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9. And just a yard to go here on 2nd down. Throwing now is Carr. And incomplete.
Used to have a coach used to tell us all the time, those scouting reports aren't just to use up paper, guys. Well, nowadays, we're watching a computer screen, right? They scouted this team very well. Know that they like to use the running backs in the passing game. They covered that play successfully.
And he's got the first down yardage as he brings this up to the 47. Well, these two teams met in Kansas City earlier this season with the Chiefs winning that ball game. So if they can win again here in KC, they would pull off the season sweep. Now a carry for Jacobs. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. A check on Jacobs from a week ago. 20 carries, 63 yards, and a touchdown.
And we all know he had a big workload last week, so I'm eager to see if they decide to back him off a little bit. Personally, I hand it to him 20-plus times again. When a running back's locked in like he is, I want him to keep touching the football.
2nd quarter now, and it's Las Vegas with the football as they've got it 2nd and 7. To throw, it's Carr. And a slant hauled in by Ruggs. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 28.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. On the tackle, Tyrann Mathieu.
2nd and 10, a very chilly day here, but no snow. And I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow.
Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. Frank Clark able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Enough takes a start to have a good drive, quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
And that is caught. It's Ruggs. Touchdown, Vegas. Henry Ruggs, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Raiders, they're within an extra point of tying this thing up. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And we are tied here in the 2nd quarter. That time a 9-play drive. And it winds up in 6 points for the Raiders. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. Now returning it, Antonio Callaway. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. That last drive, it was a good mix. Run, pass, run, pass. Defense on their toes.
And what really helps out in a big way.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Casey Hayward. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. So the interception there. And, Charles, I'd imagine that's something you can maybe live with in December, but not come January.
And I love how you make the distinction there. You're talking about regular season versus the postseason, the playoffs. Because these guys, they've already clinched the playoff spot, but they know, looking ahead, when they get into the postseason, they've got to take better care of the football because turnovers in that situation, they really become magnified.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Carr. Catch is made by Hunter Renfrow. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20.
And the hitch route is run really well. That jab step off the line of scrimmage by the receiver, which is designed to back up the defender and give him a little bit of space. All you want there, get that space, catch the football, and then make a move and pick up extra yardage. That's exactly what they got done there.
Here's 2nd and 10. Carr. They swing that out wide to Jacobs. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. And for Derek Carr on that last completion, he just went over 30,000 career passing yards. A guy that came into the league in 2014 and touchdown Raiders. That's caught. John Brown, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Raiders have taken the lead. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it ends with a Las Vegas touchdown. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Callaway, the return man. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. Kansas City's offense now set and ready to go. And last time, 1-play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple. We've hit the 2-minute mark in the 2nd quarter, 14-7. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
He winds up giving a yard back there, and now it's 3rd and 2. They go play fake. Mahomes rolling to his right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on 4th down, and they're going to go for it. Buying time to his left. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Well, last drive, remember, similar situation. He forced a ball into coverage through the pick. He learned better there.
Yeah, similar to a golfer that's confronted with a shot that you just can't make. Sometimes you have to take your medicine, as they say, right? Just pull it down, take off, and go. Don't make something worse than what it was.
And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1. They'll roll him out right. And going deep for Hill. This is caught inside the 15. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Tyreek Hill, his 14th touchdown now on the year.
And the Chiefs are an extra point away from tying the ball game here in the final minute of the first half. Extra point by Butker is on target, and we are tied here in the second quarter.
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And they'll have 50 seconds to work with, so that really plenty of time to try to put something together.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off by the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And they will finally stop him, but a great return. Gets that football all the way down to the 16-yard line.
So this is something we didn't see at all from this offense in the victory last week. That's a turnover. They didn't have any, but giving the ball away here in the opening quarter.
I love the surprise in your voice.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Casey Hayward.
And the Raiders are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20.
Now after the INT, it's Carr. He'll find his tight end. That's Waller. And he'll be out right at the 35.
Here we go.
Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
Tried to drop it in there, but it's intercepted. Picked up by Charvarius Ward.
And the Chiefs are going to get the football back at their own 17.
Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. And just 25 seconds to go in the half now as they've got it 1st and 10. So after the INT, here's Mahomes. He's got a first down past the 30, and he'll be out right at the 35.
Partner, as a quarterback, sometimes you just got to know when the clock has gone off in your head, it's time to go. Tuck it and get all you can.
They go play action. Now Mahomes. He'll buy some time right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side.
And Mahomes misfires again, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Casey Hayward.
And the Raiders are going to have it here just past the 25.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started
as they take over here with 11 seconds remaining.
And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And an anxious moment or two there, but they do get him down. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter. On first down, Carr.
Lets this go for Renfro downfield. And that one's going to be off target and incomplete.
So we've hit halftime all even at 14 apiece. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you and Charles in a bit. But first, let's get to some of these scores around the NFL here in a busy Week 14. We'll start with one of the best rivalries in the NFL. Dallas on the road in our nation's capital. And it's the Cowboys on top as they play the second quarter. Dak Prescott has thrown a touchdown pass. From there, we'll head to Cincinnati to check on the Bengals at home at Paul Brown Stadium. And they trail in that one as it's the visiting 49ers who are out in front. Richie James, a touchdown reception. Finally, let's get to the country music capital of the world. See what's happening with the Titans at home in Nashville. And they've got the lead in that ball game over the visiting Jaguars. Ryan Tannehill looking good. 2 touchdown passes. On now to a check on the next-gen stats for the Raiders in that first half. And in a tie ball game, they've got to be asking themselves, what can we do to get this passing game on track for the second half to come? Meanwhile, for the Chiefs, we get a look at their numbers on the ground in that first half, as they'll be looking to rev things up here in a tie ball game. The final adjustments taking place here for both of these squads. They're about ready for the second half in Kansas City. And for the call, we rejoin Brandon and Charles.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Out comes the Raiders offense. They'll go on offense first to start quarter number 3. It's a tie football game here. What do you think, Charles, the message was at halftime?
Well, I think that they probably just looked at things and said, we're fortunate that this is a tie game. No need to panic, no need to change a whole lot. We didn't play anything close to our best in the first half, so we don't have to go out and win one for the Gipper. Let's just go out and play our best football and win one for us.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down.
Carr again here on 2nd and 10.
Renfro bringing it in over the middle. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be third and less than a yard. Trying to run for it with Jacobs. And Jacobs, I don't think is going to get there. No, it appears they're going to mark him short of the first.
Now after the punt on that play, we've got a man down on the field. We'll step aside and get an update when we return to Arrowhead.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away.
It'll wind up just a 35-yard punt, no return, and it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10.
Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. Sliding out of the pocket. A solid stiff arm.
Well, that was man coverage. So once he decides to run with the football, there's no one to account for him, and he turns it into a nice gain.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now a carry for Edwards-Helaire, pushing through the contact. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45.
Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field.
We'll step aside and get an update when we return to KC.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down.
They'll run here with Edwards-Helaire.
They find some open field here. Still fighting for more.
They'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. 81 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
Clyde Edwards-Helaire is a do-it-all back, and he did plenty on that run. And as a rookie, 803 yards rushing for the season, and Kansas City may look to up his workload a little bit in year 2. The last pick of the first round in 2020, he more than justified that selection with his ability to run the football and catch it out of the backfield.
First and 10, it's Edwards-Helaire with it.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
And he'll take this one down near the 15. It'll only be a gain of a yard, and it sets up a 3rd down and 4 now.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you.
And in for the Chiefs touchdown. Travis Kelce with his 13th touchdown of the year and 2nd of the game. And the Chiefs have broken our tie as they take the lead.
I know we often laugh and sometimes we even exalt the guys who are great trash talkers and give us some really funny lines. But the bottom line is absolute production on the field. His 2nd touchdown of the game, and they lead.
And now they'll be looking to their defense to preserve that lead.
Extra point by Butker is on target.
And the lead is now 21-14. A drive that time of 6 plays. And it winds up with the Chiefs hitting pay dirt. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
The Raiders offense ready to go.
And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without the...
And he's taken down, a Chiefs sack. Anthony Hitchens leading the surge there as he drops him for a loss of 6. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Shotgun now for Carr. Under pressure, and they got to him again. Frank Clark in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Over the middle here to Brown. 19 yards is the pickup there, but even with that, they're well short. It's 4th down. Here's A.J. Cole now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. That'll go as a punt of 32 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. And now here comes Kansas City. And that last drive, it was all about the ground game, ground and pound.
And I don't care how we're playing the game these days, offensive linemen still want to fire out and smack the guy opposite them and move the football on the ground. They feel better about that. That's what they want to do. That's how they want to play, and that's how they got it done.
Yeah, and they got it for a touchdown last drive. Let's see what happens here. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40.
108 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. Edwards-Helaire as they run out of the gun.
There's a nice move. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
And that's going to do it. Clock hits zeros. They're not going to get another playoff. Time has run out on this 3rd quarter. Now they'll throw with Mahomes. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Now Edwards-Helaire.
And he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard. Charles, you'd said the magic number was probably right around 20 for this defense because they're facing one of the top 5 offenses in the league in terms of points scored. They've had their moments, but this offense just a little too good, isn't it?
They really are because no matter what you do to make an adjustment on defense, they've had an answer for it.
They wind up losing a couple there, so they go behind the original line of scrimmage, and now 3rd and 11 coming up. Here's Mahomes to throw.
Yeah, this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. and that is no good. And this score will stay right where it is. That one hurts a bit. That was a golden opportunity to possibly put this one on ice, but he comes up empty.
And how big of a miss might that turn out to be? Stay tuned. There's still time left on the clock. This could be critical.
Still a one-score game. Had he hit that, it would have been 2 scores. And he'll go down at the 26, following a gain of 6. From the 26, they'll line up on 2nd and 4. To throw his car. He's got the hook up to John Brown on the right side. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the 4th. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
Carr completes it. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
Get him, boy! Get him, boy!
Now Carr. He's going to find and complete it to Renfro. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch.
Touchdown! John Brown with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Raiders are an extra point away from tying this game here in the final minutes. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And we are tied here in the 4th quarter. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. This is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line. KC's offense ready to take over. And they have to feel like they missed on an opportunity for points last time when they couldn't connect on that short field goal try.
And no doubt about it, because they were counting on those points. In today's NFL, let's face it, that's really a chip shot, right?
That's anything inside 40.
Yeah, they're counting on that going through the post. But we've seen it happen to teams before. Some of the best kickers in the world can miss kicks like that. Can they come back now and redeem themselves?
So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a score to break this tie. Meanwhile, Mahomes' throw caught by his receiver, Hill. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped.
So they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
Rolling to his left. Now he'll square up and throw deep left sideline. And that's caught inside the 35. It's a big play there for the Chiefs.
We see this happen so often. If you're a defender, it's like watching a bad movie over and over. The pressure's good, forcing the quarterback out of the pocket. But it's a lot to ask for these defenders to stay plastered to receivers long enough. And sure enough, they let a man come open, and the connection leads to a big play.
The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. They'll run. It's Edwards-Helaire. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down. Here's Mahomes now on the option right. He will push his way down to about the 14. Now the Raiders going to burn their third and final timeout as they get the stoppage with 65 seconds remaining.
On second down, a run with Edwards-Helaire.
And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. A game-winning field goal would be a chip shot from here. Let's see how they play it on first and goal.
They'll try to run with Edwards-Helaire.
And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. We'll step aside and get an update when we return to Arrowhead. They'll try to run this one in. And that's a touchdown as they've broken our tie here in the final minute of the fourth.
I don't know how many more of these my heart can take, my man. I just don't know. Another big touchdown. Late in the game, they look like they're in control, but still, there's a chance. Block the extra point, go down and score, kick the extra point themselves. They can pull this one out.
Yeah, but also on the sideline that just took the lead, you got to get your defense ready and the special teams unit for the kickoff coming up.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Got to pull everyone together, make sure they're still focused and aren't already celebrating a win.
Now Mahomes to the line as the Chiefs are going to go for the two-point try. Back to throw, Mahomes, and he's got it. So the two-point conversion is good, and they add on to their fourth quarter lead. So they go with a pass there on the two-point try and able to convert it, Charles.
And a good job by the offense figuring out their two-point play and using it well. It's interesting how people are using the strategy nowadays, though, isn't it?
It really is, and I don't know how much that particular play factored in, but with the PAT moving back in 15-16, that kind of changed things, didn't it?
It's really a part of everyone's strategy now. When I talk with coaches and when we sit with them, they always talk about they actually have two-point periods in practice now, something they never really did before.
And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. So Carr and the Raiders now down by 8, a little under 50 seconds to go. A possible crippling loss to their playoff status in the balance, barring a late score. Throwing his Carr.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield.
And that one nearly intercepted. That would have sealed it. Instead, it'll be second down.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10.
Here's Carr. Gets this to Waller.
And he'll be out of bounds at the 25-yard line. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
Carr. And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
1 score down, here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Now Carr, got to have this one. Able to find Waller. That's complete.
And he takes this almost to midfield. So they needed a pretty good-sized play, and they got it.
One final try now for Carr. Complete to his running back, Kenyon Drake. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. You're wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So for the Chiefs, the streak lives as they move to 13-0 now on the year. And they will hit the road next week to take on the LA Chargers.
Meanwhile, for Las Vegas,
they can ill afford to drop too many more as they fall to 7-6 on the year. And they'll try to get back on the beam next week as they'll head to Cleveland to take on the Browns.